And welcome back to Cheyenne Wyoming Urban Gardener. This is part 2 of the garden update for August. This is August 8th or 9th, and we're looking right now at our doll baby watermelons that have spilled out everywhere from the converted kiddie pool that had strawberries in it. We have mountain strawberries and we have seascape strawberries in here, and they're still in there. You can see a strawberry pop up over there. And we still have strawberries in here getting ripe, and we have ripe strawberries in there. They have not been bothered at all by the watermelon basically shading them. They've been absolutely fine because the mountain strawberries are a type of strawberry that doesn't mind shading anyway, because they basically grow in forest lines and things like that. Our basil in here, we've got cinnamon basil and sweet basil both, and lemon basil are all super huge, blooming now, getting ready to go to seed, and I have continued to harvest from them the whole time. And dry. And we have the San Marzano tomatoes over here that were thought to be sun gold cherry tomatoes, but it turns out that I think they are 2 San Marzanos that I basically had extras of in a container of San Marzanos that I bought. Our cucumbers at the base of the lemon tree. We have the lemon tree here and then cucumbers at the base. Did the same thing last year and cucumbers were amazing. These are Space Master cucumbers, but they ended up getting pretty big anyway. And we do have a cucumber in there and some more coming on that are pretty small. And then we also have some Snapdragons in here as well. I'm not sure they're going to have enough time to bloom. Some of them have blooms on them, but they're a lot shorter than the one that I just showed you, except for this one. And to me, they seem to like shade a little bit more than what I figured. So the ones that are shaded are actually growing a lot bigger than the ones that are not. So I can't move it into the shade because the cucumbers really love to have a lot of heat and light. So unfortunately with that I can't move them. The giant tomatillos, these were super tiny just a week ago, and now they are enormous. They keep getting bigger. Look how big these leaves are on these, and they're getting suckers on them that are growing, and I'm just going to leave the suckers on them, let them go, and we'll just keep tying them up and we'll see how big they get in these containers. But I layered this with compost soil and some organic fertilizer, and they are doing fantastic. Just like all the other containers that I have, they're doing the same. We have watermelons like crazy in here. We still have watermelons that are setting, but they just keep getting bigger by the day. I mean, they're still small in comparison with, I guess, other places, but for us to have watermelons at all in Wyoming is pretty good, and they're just continuing to get bigger by even the moment, I think. And we have cucumbers setting on the vines here. This is the spring Burpless cucumber, and we've got cucumbers, as you can see, pretty much hanging everywhere in here now. And I spotted one earlier, but now it's getting pretty dark, so we're in a situation where it gets dark on us again. We've got cucumbers on this one. You can see one sticking out right there. There's a pretty big one in there already, and we've got a big one on this one. This is a straight 8 cucumber, and you can see a nice big one there. We've got another one coming on there and some more up near the top. So just going nuts here. We've got watermelons hanging here. This is the I don't remember if this is the Miller's Farmstead or if it is a Klondike or something else. We've got several different varieties, and this one is getting very big. You can see that one. And our cucumbers here are getting ready to bloom, and we've got another 2 Space Masters here, and those guys are blooming right now, and they're starting to get a lot taller. And we have another watermelon here and more tomatoes all throughout here. One is ripe right now. These are yellow pear tomatoes, and we have peppers hanging like crazy on these peppers. And then we've got another cucumber at the base of it that is getting ready to bloom. Our borage is blooming in the pot over here with our pepper This pepper is blooming and doing more than it was doing before. This was one that was broken way back at the beginning, and it took a long time to take off, but it's now taking off like crazy. And we have cantaloupes hanging like crazy. I've shown these a couple of times. We got one basically sitting on the ground there, getting its webbing on it, and then we've got another one in here right there, and we've got some more starting to set on it. Got another couple of watermelons here. So these are getting pretty big pretty quick. This is the last one to start producing. And then of course we've got the first ones that started producing was the sugar baby, and you can see one there. And then we've got two big ones over here. You can see those, they're a lot bigger. And then we actually have one that pollinated, and I'm not sure where it is now, but it's more hidden in the section. Our butterdish squash is starting to get some squash on it now. It's not a super huge plant, but it is starting to bloom and produce. But you can see there's more leaves there, so it's going to do some more in there. And our herb garden, which is now more of a vegetable garden. Our morning glories have made it almost to the top of the trellis now, so you can see all of those. And I'm not sure what colors they will be because we planted one that had multiple colors in it. We've got some sunflowers in here. They're a shorter variety, and they are the evening sun mixed colors. So there's the old paper that I put up there. So there'll be a different variety of colors with maybe some marks in them. Our red marble lettuce is really starting to take on color now. It'll continue to keep deepening in color. And then we've got some butterdish squash in here and zucchinis as well. And those are continuing to get bigger. And then I put a borage right in the middle, and it's starting to take off and grow. But you can see our zucchini and butterdish is doing pretty well. I hope to have those produced before end of season. And then we've got another cucumber in here that is putting on cucumbers. This was supposed to be a Space Master, but it's ending up looking more like a straight 8 or something. And I did not plant that, I planted a Space Master. And we've got more cosmos over here, and this cosmos, even though it's in the sun more, is not blooming as yet, even though these are much bigger. And then we've got some zinnias in here. Those are blooming like crazy, and then we've got some more blooms coming on. So we'll have lots of blooms in here, but most of them are pink. And we've got the couple of Birdhouse Gourds. I don't think they're going to do anything. It's too late. And they really just have not gotten any bigger. So that was kind of a bust on those. And we got more cucumbers in here. They are blooming. They're beginning to produce here, and then one over there. That one is not producing as yet because it's still kind of small, but it is blooming. We have another borage right here that's taking off and growing like crazy since we planted it. And then we have our contender beans through here as well. And they are actually already, within about 10 days, starting to get their middle sections of leaves and actually have a couple of blooms on them. And they've only been in here like 10 days, or been up about 10 days. And you can see our sunflowers right there. And we have the Four Seasons lettuce through here, still looking absolutely beautiful. We're still harvesting from it. And then we have more radishes planted in here, and lettuces and dill. So we have enough dill to go with our pickles that we will be making shortly. So anyway, that is the garden tour for August. Just a lot of things are starting to produce, and we're starting to get harvests finally. And we're eating pretty well right now as far as vegetables go. Lots of things going on in the garden, lots of greenery. Everything is just completely wild at this point. And you can see that it is getting darker now, but absolutely beautiful. I think it's probably one of the best gardens I've had, but it's been a lot of work this season. There's been a lot of things that go wrong, but I guess that's the case almost every year. So anyway, that is the overall garden, and we hope to see you in the next video. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. so you can see notices on new videos as they come out. And again, thank you to everyone that has been watching the storage videos and a little bit more about my house and all of the things that we do in the house. And hopefully we'll get to do a lot more, and maybe some more cooking videos when I get some help. Doing some video, because I'm the one that does the video and I do it on a phone. So there's not really a whole lot of special editing, and you'll find that out when you see the different parts and videos, because I just don't have time for that. Look at this garden. How do I have time? I'm not sure how anybody else gets time that gardens. Anyway, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we shall see you in the next video.